Mother had her 17-year son pay rent. My husband's mom started charging him rent of $300 as he turned 17 while he worked at a fast food restaurant, 2004. She said he needed to move out at 18. He was looking forward to leaving, and as soon as he turned 18 she came to him and handed him a huge chunk of cash equating to the entire amount of his rent payments as a Kickstarter to his independent life from then on. I thought it was pretty cool of her, but now I'm reconsidering it. He was underage, it was his money, but at the same time it was a teaching moment and he turned out self-sufficient, as opposed to his little brother that lives with mom to this day, and a great father to his girl from a former relationship, even having full custody after separation. I wanted an unbiased opinion. What do you guys think? I think handing it back as a Kickstarter nest is the only valid reason to take money from a teenager. The move out at 18 to me is a cultural thing. It's absolutely cruel when forced in a situation that doesn't fit the individual kid's needs, aspirations. I'm from the UK and my parents' rule was that once you leave education, 16 or 18 depending on if I went to college, you paid a third of your income in rent. Still worked out cheaper than actually moving out. It taught me to budget and be responsible with money. Nothing wrong with it. I don't even understand what you're asking. I think throwing your kids out at 18 is weird. There is more to this story than money. Clearly she was treating him differently than his brother. It still isn't your business what happened in the past. Now is what is important. If you give it back at 18, move out time, I think it's a great idea. My mother kept it. How do I stop getting cheated on with best friends? My ex-boyfriend cheated on me with my ex-best friend last year. They built up an emotional connection and lewd underwear photos were sent, which they both hid from me. I have a new boyfriend and a new best friend, and it's happened again. I don't know what I've done to deserve this. At least this time she told him no and didn't participate in the messaging. At least I've only been betrayed by one person. I have nothing against my new best friend. She's calmly informed me what he's been trying to do with no hesitation, unlike my ex-best friend. Please someone tell me how I can prevent this from happening again. I don't know if I'll be able to handle it. He knew what my ex did, and he restlessly reassured me that he'd never do anything like that. He even knew that I was worried about him and her specifically, because of my past. This may be dramatic of me, but I don't know if I can trust again. You are choosing the wrong people each time. Stop with dating for a bit. Let yourself grow. You have so many years ahead before being a fully mature adult. It will be much easier as years passes. Your new friend is a gem. Just be single for a while and work on yourself. New bestie sounds like a keeper. Honesty is hard to come by these days. Unfortunately, you got yourself a bad picker. You're young, give it some time and you'll be able to spot the fuckboys a mile away. You can't really prevent it from happening, but you can definitely make better choices on the type of people you let into your life and keep company with. Good luck, op. I think I'm moving on? So I was with my ex for 5 years. Long story short, she lost interest. Got into a rebound that failed after not even more than a month. Was doing all this shady stuff leading to the breakup. I was crushed. I had nobody to go to. I was practically homeless for the first month, living out of bags, desperately trying to find help. However, I improved, I worked out, got in amazing shape, started a bunch of hobbies, etc. But throughout the entire time I used to beg God for her to come back. When I saw her rebound I was angry, and now anytime I thought of her I got this overwhelming sense of fear, like flight or fight. I've since gained a decent following on TikTok, showing off my big transformation and posting healing videos plus workout vids. Funny, now she is trying to find ways every other week to see me in person. Views my socials often and even likes some of my videos. She just recently asked me for a favor, so I can see her in person, and at first I almost went through. I didn't give her an exact day I'd come through, so we're both just kinda waiting. But I feel this strange sense of awareness. Like realizing my worth, and recognizing all the horrible things she did and said to me during the breakup. It's been 5 days since she asked for me to stop by. I can't lie, a small part of me says, hey, let's see what she's gonna try to do. Pretty silly excuse just to see me in person. But a big part of me is just like, nah, not even worth your time, you're too busy anyways. And this is the first time in the entire breakup where I actually feel strength. I don't feel like a desperate puppy fantasizing over the what ifs. Just wanted to share, y'all. I'm proud of myself for once. Good for you. If she couldn't respect you while you were in a relationship together, she's not gonna respect you now. She's realizing she fucked up hard. You will find someone who loves and respects you, but it's definitely not her. If she's asking for a favor, sounds like a test to see if you're willing to do something for her. What that is, I don't know. Do you want to find out? Know your worth. I'm sure you'll know what to do. Don't do it. Don't meet up. You have come too far to go back into the past. That is where this relationship should be left at. In the past. Congratulations on working and improving yourself. Stay committed to yourself and what has brought you this far, brethren rock. Your life is better now. Why jump back into the mud right after you got clean? When to tell potential partners I have a chronic, contagious but preventable illness. Hi. I'm 25 and female. I have had relationships before and told my partners about my chronic illness, but the last person I told had a very negative reaction and I am having a lot more anxiety about bringing this up now. I was born with hepatitis B and I'm a chronic carrier. It was never active in my body and the viral count is so low I am not extremely contagious. I do not have symptoms or any damage. I was born in a poor part of a developing country, it wasn't something I could control. In normal uninfected people, Hep B is preventable with a vaccine series. It is effective on most people and tests can be done to evaluate if the vaccinations were successful in bringing immunity to the person. Therefore, with preventative care, Hep B is preventable and it is possible to have safe sex with a carrier such as myself. So basically it is a hurdle but not impossible. Obviously I have to at some point disclose this to potential partners. The struggle is the timing of when to tell people, potential partners, about this. It's sexually transmitted, so obviously I have to bring it up before getting intimate. I feel like people hook up so soon these days, after just a few dates, that it's so early on to just be like, hi, I have a chronic illness that is transmittable but it's possible to prevent it. I'm afraid people will just hear Hep B and be scared and disgusted by me. The stigma is still really strong even though I was born with it and can't help it. How should I approach this with potential partners that I have been on some dates with? Is there a right or wrong way or time to bring it up? I know to bring it up as early as possible, but it's not really a first date kind of thing. Please let me know your opinions. Please don't be mean. I always disclose this prior to hooking up with anyone and make sure they have a thorough understanding about the virus and everything. I am just scared of the stigma and how people react to it. The best thing to do is be upfront. This isn't a first date conversation, but after a couple on the belt, if they and you both want to be sexual, it's definitely important to tell them. It's hard and there's no guarantee they will stick around, but by doing it you ensure that once you do find someone who does, they are in it for the long haul.